Many of you have asked me for side dish recipes to accompany my curries. Today I'm going to share 3 of my favorite cabbage recipes. A coconut cabbage recipe from south of India, an aloo gobi recipe, and a shrimp cabbage dish. These dishes are very simple and easy to make. All of these recipes will only take 15 minutes each. Even though I'm calling these side dishes, they are so flavorful that you can use them as a main dish. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and also press the notification icon. It doesn't cost you anything, but it will really help me out. Cabbage is a simple and inexpensive vegetable, but it is so versatile. It is rich in vitamins, high in fiber, and almost zero fat. Although there are lots of varieties of cabbage, today we are sticking to the basic green or white cabbage. Red cabbage is better suited for salads and pickling. First, let's cut and clean this cabbage. I will take the top 2 layers off. They are chewy and they are dirty. I will cut the cabbage into half. Now I will cut it into quarters. I will use 1 quarter for each dish, which will be approximately 4 cups of shredded cabbage. I will take out the stem. Then I will divide this into 2 halves. Put it flat on the chopping board and press it down. And start slicing them diagonally. When you divide the cabbage into half, it's more manageable to cut and it will cut evenly. Don't make it too thin, otherwise you will lose the crunchy texture. Now cut the second half as well. Same procedure, just press them down and just start chopping them diagonally. You can also use a slicer, but make sure you don't slice them too thin. Now I'm going to wash them. Take some water in a bowl, add a tablespoon of salt, give a good mix. Now add the cabbage into the salted water. Give them a quick wash and leave it in the salted water for at least 5 minutes. I will leave it here till I start cooking them. Now we are ready to cook our first dish. Let's make cabbage coconut fry. This is what we need for this dish. 4 cups of shredded cabbage, 1 cup of shredded coconut, you can use fresh or frozen, half teaspoon of mustard seeds, half an onion. I will cut the onion into slices, 1 green chili, 2 strings of fresh curry leaves. If you don't have fresh curry leaves, you can skip it. 1 tablespoon of Bengal gram. This is completely optional. It will add a nice crunch. You can also use peanuts instead, and salt to taste. I'm using half teaspoon of salt. Now let's start cooking. Heat up the pan. Keep the heat on medium. Once the pan is hot, add 1 tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is hot, add the mustard seeds. Let it splatter. Once the mustard seeds are splattering, add the Bengal gram, 1 string of curry leaf. Fry them till Bengal gram is crunchy and light brown in color, and also add the chili. Like I said, you can replace this with peanuts or urad dal. Urad dal is also called black gram, but use it without the skin. My Bengal gram is nice and crunchy. Now I will add the sliced onions. We are going to fry the onions till they are translucent. We are not going to brown the onion. So it will take around 3 to 4 minutes. It's been 2 minutes. My onions are translucent. Now I will add the cabbage. I'm not draining the water from the cabbage. I will pick up the cabbage and shake it to take off the extra water. And I will add this to the pan. This will ensure that any dirt from the cabbage stays at the bottom. Increase the heat to high and fry them. I will fry the cabbage till all the liquid evaporates. It will take 3 to 4 minutes, so keep the heat on high. The liquid has evaporated and my cabbage is almost done. Now I will add the salt. Here I have half teaspoon of salt. I will add the second string of curry leaves and shredded coconut. With the cabbage, I will fry for another 2 minutes at high heat. I'm making sure that the cabbage is not overcooked, because when cabbage is overcooked, it will give a slightly pungent smell. And I also don't want to lose the crunchiness. Now is the time to check for seasoning. I will add another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It's been 2 minutes and our coconut cabbage is ready. My coconut cabbage is ready. It's looking bright and glossy, so let's give it a try. I love it. Wow, it's so yummy. It's nutty, crunchy, and slightly sweet. This is so mild and refreshing. It will really complement the spicy curries. But I also love to eat this with roti. You can also have it with rice. If you're interested in the roti recipe, link is in the description below. Now let's make our second cabbage dish, Aloo Matar Gobi, which is basically potatoes, peas and cabbage. This is a very common dish in India and there are lots of versions of this. I'm going to show you a very easy and light version, but it will be packed with flavor. This is what we need for Aloo Matar Gobi. 4 cups of our shredded cabbage, 1/3 cup of peas. I'm using frozen peas. You can also use the fresh peas. 1 small to medium potato. I'm going to dice them small so that they cook faster. Half an onion. I will cut the onion into thin slices. Half of a tomato. I will dice them into small pieces. 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. You can also use 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. 1 dried red chili, which is completely optional. Half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, which is quite mild, but you can also replace it with paprika. Fresh coriander. I'll chop the coriander fine. We also need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice at the end. This will really elevate the dish, so it's very important. And salt to taste. So let's start cooking. Heat up the pan, keep on medium heat. Once the pan is hot, add 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is hot, add the cumin seeds. Let it splatter. Once the cumin is light brown, add the dried red chili, which is optional. Fry for a few seconds. Now add the potatoes. Let the potato fry for around 3 minutes. Now add the onions. Fry them till the onions are translucent. This will take another 2 to 3 minutes. My onions are translucent. Now I will add the ginger paste. Fry for a few seconds and then add the cabbage. Increase the heat to high and add the dry spices. Coriander powder, turmeric, chili powder and salt. Give a good mix. Fry till the water evaporates. It will take around 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure to cook on high heat, otherwise the cabbage will get soggy. My cabbage is looking almost ready. Now I will add the tomatoes and peas. Fry it for another 2 to 3 minutes. Switch off the heat and squeeze the lemon juice and garnish with the fresh coriander. Our Aloo Matar cabbage sabji is done. My Matar Aloo Gobi sabji is done. It's looking beautiful with a combination of yellow cabbage, red tomatoes and green peas. So let's give it a try. It's really good. The combination of the tomatoes, peas with the potatoes along with the cabbage, it's come together so nicely. The potatoes add a nice body to the dish. There is a freshness from the lemon and the coriander. This side dish will complement any spicy curry, but you can also just have it by itself with naan, bread or rice. Let's make our final dish, cabbage and shrimp. This is a very common Bengali dish. This dish is also great for meal prep. So let's get started. These are the ingredients we are using. 4 cups of shredded cabbage, 1 cup of shrimp, 1/3 cup of peas and 1 small potato. Both the peas and the potato are optional. I just love using them in the dish. Other than that, we need half teaspoon of nigella seeds. If you don't have nigella seeds, you can skip them. 2 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. You can also replace them with paprika. 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of sugar, half an onion, 1 green chili, 2 bay leaves, 1 tomato and 1 teaspoon of ghee. You can also use butter. Instead of the dry spices, you can use curry powder and garam masala. If you're using curry powder, use 2 teaspoon of curry powder and 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala. And salt to taste. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I have diced my potatoes, onion and tomatoes. So let's start cooking. First, I will add pinch of salt and pinch of turmeric to the shrimp. Give a good mix. Just leave it aside. First, we will fry the shrimp. Heat up the pan and keep the heat on high. Once the pan is hot, add 1 tablespoon of oil. Make sure the pan is really hot before adding the shrimp. We are flash frying the shrimp around 1 minute on each side. Our shrimp is done. In the same pan, I will add 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using the same pan because I want to use all the flavor of the fried shrimp. Once the oil is hot, add the nigella seeds. Let it splatter. Then add the bay leaves and chop green chilies. Fry for a few seconds. Be careful, it will splatter. Add the potatoes. Fry for 3 minutes. Now we will reduce the heat to medium. Our potatoes are done. Let's add the onions. Fry till the onions are light brown. It will take 3 to 4 minutes. My onions are light brown. Now I will add the ginger garlic paste. Make sure the heat is at low. Add all the spices: coriander powder, cumin powder, turmeric, Kashmiri red chili powder, except the garam masala. Give a mix. Now I will add the tomatoes. Fry for a minute. Now you can increase the heat to high. Now we will add the cabbage. Make sure the heat is on high. Give a good mix. Make sure all the spices are mixed nicely with the cabbage. We will fry these till the liquid evaporates. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. Add the salt. I'm using just 1 teaspoon of salt at this moment. Liquid has evaporated. Now we will add the shrimp and peas. Fry for another 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, add ghee, sugar and garam masala. Give a good mix and switch off the heat. Our shrimp cabbage is done. Our final dish is ready. Let's give it a try. The shrimp are cooked perfectly. It's giving such a nice bite with the cabbage. They are not overcooked at all. There is a slight sweetness which is beautifully complemented by the mild spices. I have shown you 3 cabbage side dishes which are so easy and so flavorful. You can also serve them as a main dish with rice, roti or bread. These cabbage dishes are also healthy and great for meal prep. Let me know if you like to see dishes like this with a specific ingredient. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe, and see you in the next video.